Students of Westmorland Secondary School participated in a session on artificial insemination with the Ministry of Agriculture on Tuesday as part of curriculum requirements for agriculture science. Animal Health Officer in the Veterinary and Livestock Department of the Ministry of Agriculture, Yolande Lord Telesford, engaged with and demonstrated to the Form 2 Agriculture Science class why and how artificial insemination is done. The session was organized by the school to give students a look at how the process is done, the advantages and disadvantages, and to give them an insight should they decide to get into that field.
We depend a lot on imports, so if we can produce some of the things that we import, we'll import less or become self-sufficient at some point in time. We know that if you locally produce foods are healthier or better to be used health-wise. So if we can produce as much as we can locally, we'll have a lower import bill, we'll have fresher and healthier foods for our growing population and as well as our older folks.
That was Lord Telesford explaining the process of artificial insemination during this current period. She hopes that the session was enough to encourage the students to seek a career path in veterinary and livestock. Agriculture science teacher at the Westmorland Secondary School, Miss Finley, says the activity fitted well with the current reproduction in livestock session that is being taught.
I thought that as artificial insemination, it's a new method that farmers are using to produce their livestock and breed and preserve breeds and so on. And we've been talking about that, things like crossbreeding and so forth, and reproductive life and stages. And I thought it was a good idea. They just did some research on their own, and I thought it was a good idea for them to come and now see what they research in action. So this session was very good and very informative in showing them exactly what are those things that they read upon, what it really looks like, how it really works, and also hear live what are some of the real advantages and disadvantages of carrying out the process should they decide to get involved in it in the long run.
Two students who participated in the session spoke of how they can benefit.
We started off with the preservation of the semen or sperm in the nitrogen tank, and we learned how they store it and what is the optimal temperature it should be kept in, and what tools and stuff they're kept in as well. After that, we learned that you take it out and you have to be careful to not leave it out in the open for long enough, or else the sperm will die. And then we moved on to the thawing process.
After you take the straw from the nitrogen can, you put it inside, and then you close it, and you have to wait until it reaches a certain temperature. Then you can take it out carefully and insert it into the gun. After you do that, you have to cut the straw so that the semen could come out.